Democrats on Capitol Hill calling for Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas to recuse himself from any January 6th related case. This after the Washington Post obtained text messages sent from Clarence Thomas's wife, Ginny, pushing for the 2020 election to be overturned. She sent the text to then White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. November 10th of 2020, she wrote him, quote, "The majority knows Biden and the left is attempting the greatest heist of our history." November 19th, sounds like Sydney and her team are getting inundated with evidence of fraud. Make a plan, release the Kraken, and save us from the left taking America down. Now, the January 6th committee has these texts in its possession. Today, the House Minority Leader, Republican Kevin McCarthy, was asked if he thinks Justice Thomas should recuse himself.
No, I think Justice Thomas could make his decisions like he's made them every other time. It's his decision based upon law.
Ginny Thomas is a longtime conservative activist, and she has publicly supported President Trump. To be crystal clear, she isn't being accused of any legal wrongdoing. There has been no statement or reaction from her or from Justice Thomas, who just left a hospital today after being treated for flu-like symptoms. NBC senior national political reporter Sahil Kapoor has been tracking this story, and he's live with us tonight. Sahil, Democrats are calling for everything from recusal to resignation to impeachment even.
That's right, Kelly. There's a growing wave of pushback, primarily from Democrats, who these Ginny Thomas text messages, which show Justice Thomas's wife embracing some rather outlandish conspiracy theories to try to pressure then White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows to overturn the result of the 2020 election. These Democrats point out that Justice Thomas has ruled in the past in favor of President Trump trying to block the release of these records to the January 6th committee, and they argue that he should not be ruling in cases that directly pertain to the work of his wife. Senator Ron Wyden, a committee chairman, nobody's idea of a flamethrower, said his conduct looked increasingly corrupt on the Supreme Court and called for, at minimum, a recusal from cases involving January 6th and the 2024 presidential election should Donald Trump decide to run again. Others, like Senator Tim Kaine and Congressman Ted Lieu, are calling for the recusal of Justice Thomas from these kinds of cases as well, while some other Democratic members of Congress like Nydia Velázquez and Veronica Escobar are calling for Thomas's resignation.
Is there any requirement that would force him to have to recuse himself, or is this simply a decision that's up to him to make?
There is not. Under the law, this is entirely Justice Thomas's decision to make, although there are some things that members of Congress and outside advocates are calling for right now that Congress can do. The first is to pass a law requiring the Supreme Court to create a code of ethics that would bind the justices on recusal in certain cases of conflict of interest or the appearance thereof. There are others, advocates and aides, calling for hearings in Congress about Justice Thomas involving his conduct and the cases that he's ruling on. And finally, some very few, such as Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, are calling for the impeachment of Justice Thomas. That is extremely unlikely to happen. It would require a majority vote in the House of Representatives and a two-thirds majority in the Senate. Do not expect that to happen, but do expect to hear more about this, Kelly.
I was going to say a range of possibilities to watch. Sahil, thank you very much.